Hi folks, it's Max from Nexus4root.com. Today I'm going to show you how to root your Nexus 4 on a Linux Ubuntu. I also have guide for Mac and Windows. Just check the descriptions if you have a Mac or Windows. Anyway, let's do this. First, what you want to do is go ahead and go to Settings and go to Developer Options. Now, if you don't see Developer Options, you can go to About Phone, go to the bottom, and just keep hitting build number until it says you are a developer. Since I am already a developer, it says I'm already a developer. Once you do that, you'll see developer options. Make sure it's the developer option itself is on, and also USB debugging is checked on, and then connect it to your Linux Linux Ubuntu computer. It can be any kind of Linux also, or Ubuntu. Connect it, and then leave it aside, and let's go to your computer or my computer. Next, you'll need to download nexus4root.zip, or you can just I'll have the links on my website in the step-by-step descriptions, or you can just go to downloadandroidrom.com, go browse to Nexus 4, and go to the rooting directory, and you'll find nexus4root.zip here also, and give it 5 seconds here, and you can click to download. Should take no more than a minute. There you go. Now it's downloading. Once you've downloaded the nexus4root.zip, we should be all good to go. And the first thing we're going to do is actually back up all your settings and apps using ADB backup method. It's kind of experimental, but it does work. And you can back up your apps and settings. It's supposed to be able to app up all of your internal storage also, but in my testing it didn't work right. The best way to do that is simply copy the contents of your Nexus 4. Let me see, I think it's right up here. Yeah, it's not showing up for some reason. But go ahead and copy it over. Everything in your internal storage connected as a disk drive to your computer, and copy it, into a folder. And then you can copy it back after you root, because when you unlock the bootloader, it's gonna wipe out all the contents of your internal storage. So that's why you need to back it up. Back that ass up. So let's give it us 15 more seconds here. And I don't know why my Nexus 4 isn't picking up here. But it should be coming. Well, it's not showing up for some reason. If you have trouble, you can use this app called AirDroid app, and that will allow you to wirelessly connect your Nexus 4 and copy it that way too. So go ahead and open up nexus4.zip, and you'll have to extract it. Let's go ahead and extract it. Create a folder called Nexus 4 root, like that. All right. Oh. Nexus 4 root. All right, and then you're gonna extract it here. So go ahead and hit extract, and then you can do show all files here, and you should be all good to go. It should be in your downloads folder, Nexus 4 root. So you're all good to go. Go ahead and open up a terminal. If you don't know how to open up a terminal, do a search up here. Just type terminal, and you can open up a terminal here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type sudo -i. This will allow you to run your whole system under root. Your password is basically whatever you made for your username, so go ahead and enter it. And then we're going to go to your directory. Go cd home / your username. My username on this Linux computer is ma. And then go to downloads, like that, / Nexus4 root, like that. All right. And if you have trouble doing this, just double check the capitals and stuff are right. So I've got exactly the same downloads, Nexus4 root, exactly like that. So once I'm in this directory, we're gonna try to see if our ADB device is connected. So actually first do ls-l, like that, ls space -l. This will show us the permissions and stuff. Right now it's not actually runnable, so we're gonna have to type chmod space 755 space star. This will change all the permissions. Right now it's read only. If you do ls-l again now it's gonna be executable. The X means executable. So we're gonna next do /adb -linux space devices. Let me go ahead and change this a little bit so you can see better. And this will start the ADB, which talks to your phone. And if you see device, you're all good to go. And then we're going to go ahead and back up all of our apps, app data, and your Wi-Fi settings, stuff like that. It's not going to back up your internal storage again. Do make a backup separately on your hard disk beforehand, all right, before you do this. So next we're going to type /adb linux space, and we're going to type backup space -apk. This will back up all the application actual files, and also -all will back up everything else, the system files, your app settings, app data, and then -all and space -f, and then whatever you want to name it. For this purpose, I'm just going to name it backup.ab, like that. All right, and hit enter. And then it says you'll have to unlock your device. So go ahead and unlock your device and hit backup my data. And this should take anywhere between a minute to 10 minutes, depending on how many apps you have and how much app data you have. If you have a lot of games and stuff, it might take a long time. But mine shouldn't take too long. I just have like 2-3 apps in there, and it just it should be done real shortly here. And this is a great way. Before, Android didn't have this, so you lost all your data. But now you can use this to back up your app data so you don't lose it. It also backs up your background. So we'll be able to see this after we lose it. So that's done. And we're going to go ahead and let me pause real quick. We're going to go ahead and turn off our phone and put it into bootloader mode. Power off. Okay. And go ahead and hold down the volume down and the power button. Hold down the volume down first and then the power button. Wait till it powers off though. So it's powering off. Alright. Go ahead and hold down the volume down and then hit the power button. Hold both buttons down until you see this. Alright. And then connect it to your computer. And we're going to go ahead and unlock the bootloader. It should say lock state locked. Let's go back here, enter some commands, and unlock the bootloader. Just type fastboot, /fastboot -linux space OEM space unlock. This will unlock our device. Go ahead and hit enter, and you'll see unlock bootloader. Say yes, click the power button, and go ahead and hit start, and this will reboot your phone. And we'll be back in when reboots. Alright, once rebooted, you should have everything wiped, so you should have to start over. You can skip all of this because you can always you can restore your data, and it should restore it for you. So that is all done, or you can set it up later. And alright, once you get to this point, connect it back to your computer via micro USB cable. And we're going to go ahead and copy some files. Well, you know what? I am having some trouble. For some reason, it's not recognizing. If you have that kind of problem, let me see what you can do with Linux here. I don't know why. It will not recognize. Oh, there we go. It says connected as media device. Try connected using PTP mode. And that should actually probably work. Yeah, I think it worked. Alright, there we go. Let's go to our computer. Oh, you know what? To connect the Nexus 4 on Ubuntu, you gotta do a bunch of hacks. Never mind, there's an easier way. You can also go ahead and download the Super User app straight down to your phone. So go ahead and go to your browser. And let's just download it from downloadinrom.com. Download rom.com. Sorry, this angle makes me hard to type. Go here and we'll just download one of the go to tools here, and you'll be able to download CWM zip files here. Go to Super SU, and then go download the latest version. 0.98 will work. Any of the versions actually will work. And you can also always update after installing it. Yeah, you can update it in Play Store to the latest version if you want. Not that it makes a difference. These apps actually pretty much do the same thing. And give it a second here, and you'll be able to download. You'll see the download. It's still loading for some reason. So hold on a second. I'll be back when this is done. And I'm just gonna reload it. See what happens. As for mounting as a disk drive, there's a thing you can call called MTP Tools and MTPFS file system. I guess that's what you need for the Nexus 4. But for purpose of this tutorial, I'm not gonna go into it because it's just gonna make it way too confusing. But you can also download this file here. I don't know why it's hanging here, so I'll be back when this is done. There we go. I think it was just the HSPA that was on it. It was really slow. Now I've got the download link. I connected to Wi-Fi. And this will download the cwm blah blah.zip. And you're good to go once it downloads. Or if you can't connect it to your computer, I have the latest version, cwm blah blah.zip, on the Nexus 4 root folder also. So once that's done, we're almost ready to go. Go ahead and power off. And we're going to go root it now. Go install that file using Clock Remote Recovery. And once it's powered off, go ahead and hold down volume down and the power button there. And you'll be in fast boot mode again. Go ahead and connect it to your computer via micro USB cable. And we're going to go back to the terminal here and type /fastboot -linux space flash space recovery space type recovery twice like that, and hit the tab key on your keyboard. Tab key, this tab key on the end, right? If you hit that, after doing that, it'll fill it in for you. Make sure there's a recovery between the recovery file at the end and there. Oops, so I made it should be // but I messed up, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. It should be // like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter. And this will flash the Clockwork Mod recovery, and we'll be able to now get into Clockwork Mod recovery. So let's go back to our phone. We're almost done. So let's go ahead and go to recovery mode using the volume buttons. Hit enter, and you'll see that our lock state is now unlocked. Unlock bootloader. Unlocking bootloader. Why do you have to do it? So you can install this Clockwork Mod recovery. Why do you have to install Clockwork Mod recovery? So we can flash the Clockwork Mod recovery. The Super SU files, the rooting files. So that's what we're going to do now. Let me go ahead and zoom in for the last part. This is the most fun part here. And you can actually do this anytime you lose root. You can flash this file. Go to choose it from SD card. Go to 0, download, and there, boom. That's the Super SU downloaded earlier. Say yes, and this will install Super User and root on your phone. And this is also area where you can install new ROMs and stuff, or you can also use ROM Manager. Go ahead and reboot system now. You might get this pop-up asking you to, if you want to fix the permanent Clockwork Mod recovery, just say yes. That's for making your Clockwork Mod recovery permanent. I've actually rooted my phone like 10 times today. That's why it's not asking me. But if it's asks you, just say yes. That way you will have permanent Clockwork Mod recovery. And boom, and you should have Super SU here, and boom, you're ready to go. Now let's go ahead and restore all of our apps. So first you'll need to go back to settings here. Go down all the way to about phone. Go down all the way. Oops. Yeah. Go down all the way to build number. Go ahead and keep hitting it until it says you're now a developer. Great job. Go to developer options. And now make sure it's on, and also USB debugging is checked on, and that way we can actually use ADB and talk to the phone. And go ahead and connect it, and we'll do the last step. Let's go back to our computer. Alright, so let's do the last step here. Type /adb -linux space and restore space backup.ab, whatever the name you backed it up to earlier. Hit enter, and now we'll say unlock your device and confirm the operation. Go ahead and hit restore my data right there, and this will restore all of my apps, and it shouldn't take too long if you don't have that many apps, if you have a lot of apps. By the way, this isn't like this is still experimental. This is not an official Google thing, but it does work. You might have problems with it, so it's not guaranteed that it will work. But for most part, it should work. But I'm not gonna, uh, I'm just saying it might not work. So just know that before you start rooting. Oh, maybe it's too late, but I got all my stuff back, as you can see. My Pandora. I don't have to sign in again, so I've got my data back. I've got my desktop wallpaper back. All this stuff back. And of course, do copy over all the contents you saved, the backup of the internal storage. You can copy it, the whole thing, back into your Nexus 4, and it should be running in full state, just like the way it was before you root it. Anyway, that was how to root, unlock your bootloader and root, and also backup and restore all of your apps settings, all of your stuff. So you have a rooted phone and also have a working phone, not just a rooted phone and completely white phone at the end for using Linux. Anyway, if you have a Nexus 4, as always, don't forget to sign up for my email list at nexus4root.com. We'll update you once a week with probably week tips, hacks, and more. And also, if you're on YouTube, please hit that like button for me here. Subscribe button down there. It's been a long day, and I'll see you guys later. Stay high on Android. That was